Hello, amazing, beautiful people. Oh my goodness, how good it is to be back here for season 4 of Living Life by Design, not by default. And here we are in episode 2, talking about imagination. I love this, makes me so happy. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is the capacity to see the unseen, to visualize something before it even happens. It's so exciting. This week, I met with the most beautiful lady who passed on a story that is actually about love. And it was so cool. She shared the story of creation. She did it in about 2 minutes. It was like next level. But she did it in such a way, and I found it so inspiring. I was literally leaning in and I was sitting on the edge of my seat, ready for more. It was nuts. Anyway, this beautiful lady is part of a missions organization that is based in South Africa. So we can talk about that later, because actually the work that she does is about really changing lives. It's about bringing life and imagination and creation, as in our creation, back to life. Honestly, sometimes I think we're like the walking dead. We just, when we talk about living life by design and not by default, sometimes we're just like, oh, well, I'll just go to work and I'll get up at the same time and I'll do this and I'll do that, and I get into my routine. And it's as dull as dishwater. It's like, seriously. Anyway, so having that imagination, seeing the unseen, and then sharing that and bringing people up. And you know what? Instead of being, oh my goodness, my life is terrible, it's all bad, having the focus to like, whoa, this has happened for her, it could happen for me. If there's permission for someone, if someone's made some money, if someone's bought a house, it's permission for me to do the same. It's so exciting. Anyway, that's imagination. Knowledge, for me, is all about consuming and processing information. It's given to you by external sources coming in. However, imagination is about believing or creating something from the inside. It comes internally and it connects our hearts with our minds. Because that's my gig, is bringing people's hearts and minds into alignment so that you can be the best you can be. Like, it's nuts and it's brilliant. So imagination is like the hidden treasure that motivates us and drives us to dream big and achieve more. So knowledge sometimes, well, put it this way, knowledge without action or implementation means nothing. It's a waste. You can have all the head knowledge in the world. You can have more letters after your name than I've probably got in my name. But if you don't do anything with it, then what's it for? If you don't change the world, if you don't create new medicines, if you're not working, you've become a doctor and you're working with people, bring it on. We need more of you. We need more dentists. We need more nurses. We need people who make a difference in this world. Accountants, go off, do your degree, and then pump it to help us all run our businesses. But if we've got head knowledge without heart knowledge or experience, it is absolutely not worth it. And imagination is the same. Imagination without action is just a dream. It's just a pipe dream. It's just, oh yeah, oh, I could have been like, I'm sorry, but who cares? You've got to put, if you've got something in your heart, if you've got fire in your belly for something, don't expect someone else to be the answer, because you're the one with fire in your belly. So put some action in, otherwise it's meaningless. And all you do is you complain about stuff. Instead of complaining, be the solution, just quietly. Not that I'm telling any of you that. You already know that. You already know this. And as I wrote the international bestseller, The Great Exchange, I look back over my life and I realized that imagination, seeing the unseen, had been my key to the most beautiful times in my life. I saw our wedding day 18 months before we had it. I saw the place, and this is the second time around. I got to do it twice. Cool, eh? But again, I visualized it. I saw what it was. I kind of saw the people that were going to be involved. I saw what it looked like. I didn't quite know exactly who was going to be involved. I didn't have all the details in place, but I had a financial budget, nailed it both times. One was 20 grand, one was two. Had so much more fun the second time around. Anyway, but actually I didn't. Both of them were beautiful, stunning days. Let's be fair. For me, they were amazing. Why? Because I'd imagined them, I'd visualized them, and then I got to live them. It was nuts. And actually, that is the success. That's kind of how it works. You know, it motivated me to get moving even when I didn't know how or how I was going to do it or who was going to do it. I knew I just needed to take one step, then the next step, then the next step, then the next step, and just keep going until I got there. Boom. But many gold medalists, or actually many Olympians, regardless of what medals that they have come away with, imagine themselves winning that race. They go through every minor detail right from the moment that they get out of bed. And their mindset, they're focused on how they put the clothes on, or they're focused on whatever rituals they have, but they imagine themselves winning their race. And they spend years and years tweaking 1%. Just that 1% change here, that 1% change here, that 1% change there. So those one steps add up to gold winning medals. So we don't know what we don't know. So many people wait until they have all the information before moving. There's a couple of studies out there and I love them. They talk about, I think one talks about a pottery class and one talks about something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the pottery class, so what happens is in this study, they go, right, class A, I want you to make the perfect pot. And class B, I want you to make as many pots as you can. And so for a whole term or period of time, that's exactly what the mantra or the vision for the two classes were. Which one do you think made the best pot? Was it class A, who was told to make the best pot possible, or the perfect pot? Or was it class B, who just said, right, make as many as you can? I think many of you will have guessed that it was class B, because they learned as they went. They experienced, oh, that didn't work, I'll tweak that. Oh, that didn't work, I'll tweak that. Oh, that didn't work, I'll tweak that. So they made more mistakes, more mistakes than the people who were creating the perfect pot. But the people that were creating the perfect or the best pot were so intent on the theory and getting it right and working things out that they didn't have time to actually manifest it and create something brilliant. These guys were just pumping it and they were learning by experience. No, let's change this, let's change this, let's change this. And they were getting those reps in. And that's the difference. So sometimes that knowledge can hold us back. These guys had the vision to make as many as they wanted. And yes, the visions were different. But the way that they achieved what they wanted to achieve, they won twice over. That's the kingdom for you. Win-win. They won because they produced the most. And they also, their bonus was they produced the best because they put the reps in. So I encourage you today to dream, to imagine the life that you really want and start taking action in that direction. And don't despise small beginnings. Don't go, oh, well, I've only got one person to serve today. Oh, I've only got a couple of clients on. Before you know, you will have hundreds. And as we know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. It's not a Chinese proverb. The next best time is now. And the best time to have started living your dream was probably way back. Could have been easily 20 years ago. The next best time is now. I do not want to go to my grave with regrets. I don't want to go and finish this life going, oh, I should have just gone on that cruise. I really wish I'd done this. Oh my goodness, I really don't want to get to the end of my days and look back and go, oh my goodness, I could have been a rock star if that's what I really wanted to be. And I don't want to be a rock star. But whatever it is for you, we get one chance at this life. We get one chance to be here. Whew, I can feel that. To be here and make a difference. I want to be remembered as someone who pulls it forward, who spoke the truth, who is kind, but wants to lift others up, wants to bless other people. I don't want to be somebody who made no difference to anyone's heart. So whatever it is that you have, if your dream is to support great work in different areas, maybe one of your dreams is to actually support people who are making a real difference in the poverty in South Africa, who are bringing healing and education. Maybe that's where you want to be. Well, you know what? If that's what you want to do, go and support Anita and Veronica, and the details will be in the show notes. Because when I started this crazy journey of discovery and adventure with God, I thought I was just going to do some one-on-one coaching and that would change lives. And you know what? It flipping does. It's brilliant. We're going to have a new book coming out, and it's got a whole heap of case studies in it, because it actually is about changing lives. It's about people living their dreams. But the one-on-one coaching was just the foundation for the building, for me to build on and stand on to go forward. So I started to imagine a book. See, imagination. I kept getting these things about writing a book. Never been on my agenda, just quietly. But I kept getting these, like, people would talk about it, or someone else, or Dr. Benjamin Hardy would say, oh, I've just written my book. And I'm like, wonder if that's something I should be doing. And I started to imagine it. I started to see it. Then I started to speak it. Then someone says, oh, if you're writing a book, I know exactly the couple of people that you could write the book with. And then I ended up catching up with Jessie and Elishaba. Their details will also be in the show notes. So we have got, they're amazing. They're above the sun, or nothing new above the sun. So that is who they are, and they're amazing. So if you want to write a book, I would certainly give them a click and hand them on. But at the end of the day, I imagined it. I spoke, I saw it, I imagined it, I felt now was the time, and then people came to help me. I didn't know how to write a book, but they did. And so that's how it's happened. And then another, so the book was probably on it's interesting, 18 months for the wedding to plan. It was about 2 years, 18 months, 2 years before I started writing the book. And it's been about 2 years for the radio show or podcast. So we've just started. It's actually so exciting. The first live showing of our show, which is called Pass the Message On. The first one is on Sunday, the 20th. So it's actually on Easter Sunday at 8 p.m. on Radio Hawke's Bay. So again, details. We'll put all these details in the notes. But you know what? We know nothing about radio. We know nothing about radio or podcasting or any of this stuff. You know what, though? We're going to get in and we're going to learn as we go, because we've seen it already. I've seen my podcast already. So I've imagined it, and now I'm starting to walk into it. So I really encourage you today to live your dreams. Don't wait till you have the knowledge or you've retired. Oh my goodness, the amount of people that go, I'm going to go on my cruise when I retire. I'm going to do this when I retire, and they don't get there. It breaks my heart. So pay it forward to your future self, and pay it forward to you now, and don't wait. Don't wait for someone else to make the breakthrough. Do it for yourself. So for more information on how to live your dreams today, you can book a free clarity call with me. And I'll send you my discovery call template to ignite that fire within and help you start your journey immediately. So no hanging around. Let's get going and have some fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, because you are all ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for being with me today. I thank you for making the time for yourself to listen to this. Now, if any of this has resonated with you, please like and subscribe this channel, because it helps me pass the message on. And that's what this year for me is around. It's about passing the goodness of God on. It's about passing on kingdom normal and kingdom principles and how things work. So help me help others. Let's make all of our lives a better place, a better life, a better way of being. So I love you all. God bless you. And I will see you at the next episode. Take care.